I'm going to stick with the theme because we've been doing this whole gripping thing all night, so I'm just going to stick with it. First move, Nijushiho, the arms shoot straight out. Right? So all we're going to do is use that to create a little bit of space and distance for us to land some shots. All right? So Nijushiho goes back, pulls back down, and then we hit. Okay? It's some formal variation. If I do it this way, so it's the same way as the kata. So we'll do it from what, it can be any kind of grip, but whatever hand I've got around his neck, all I'm going to do is straighten it and point. So I get that. Yeah? So I almost bump him with my bicep. Just there, get a bit of space. Keep this hand here in case he decides to swing on the way, so I can keep a cover with it. Now from there, I've got two options. Either I can shock him by slapping him on the back of the head like Joe was just saying and putting him back down, or I can just leave him there and fire this. Yeah, I don't mind which you do. So you're going to straighten, either swipe down this way back, so you kind of get to that 1, 2, like a fish on the end of a fishing rod, or just leave him there and land with the right hand. Yeah. So from a close way this way, it might be getting a bit too close for me. I don't want it. I'm going to just straighten my arm, get out of the way. See now from there, because of the angle Joe's moved at, I'm just going to do that. That's the best. There's no point in me pulling it down because his head's already fairly down anyway. So I'm just going to land that. Yeah? If his head's up there, then I might want to put it down, land, whatever you want. Okay? So you're not doing kind of this whole thing. You're just doing that very first bit, creating some space to land a shot. And if you want to mix in what we've just done from MP, you can. So if you want to kind of you do the first bit of Nijushiho, create the space, and then do maybe the upward Teisho this way you can. You can palm hill this way. Yeah, pick from different katas and put them together. Make a mess. Never mind. Right.
And then what I was going to do is actually exactly the same move.
Oh, okay.
So mine's a little more traditional, but we'll make it a little more realistic. So the traditional application is Greg grabs my wrist. And he's totally and utterly compliant. I grab, and yeah, he starts to noise. There we go, that's like, yeah. So I grab, elbow, over, pull back, and strike. Yeah, that's great. But let's make it a little more realistic by making Greg less compliant. Right? I think this is really important to put into Bunkai. For new people, it's good to do it compliant, but I know many instructors, I like the form that you do compliant, semi-compliant, non-compliant, and they're just total non-compliant. So I'm going to assume that Greg doesn't want this to happen, okay? So again, we're in this scenario where we've ended up in a position where Greg has grabbed that arm, okay? So it's supposed to start like that. We're going to end up in a scenario where he has done this, okay? Now, I'm going to grab his arm with this same hand, okay? So I'm going to come round and grab, but Greg is, to get from there to here, Greg's probably thinking at this point, hang on a minute, he's up to something. So I have to give him something to think about. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as it's not that, okay? So I've reached over, maybe I'm struggling, maybe he's being less compliant, he's not letting me do it. I'm just going to get to that point where I'm grabbing, give him something to think about. Now, bang, perfectly, okay? Now the kata says, I'm stepping back on my right leg, so I might as well use that leg. So it might be, that I've done the grab to start with, and I'm giving a bit of a knee, or a bit of a knee, but it's all about knee in the thigh. Bang, doesn't matter which way it goes, but maybe I've already given him that right knee, which gives me time to pull back, and then I carry on with the kata, okay? Where I don't, maybe in this now, I don't need the arm anymore. I've got to the position I want to be at, and I'm just giving a strike. As long as I keep that shoulder away from me, give him a strike, okay? There is applications where I keep hold of the arm. There is one I think where I do that, I strike, and then I grab the arm again, and then do that. Don't do that. Okay, so round, he's not going to let me bang, pull the arm down. You can either go for the elbow, the tricep, or the shoulder. It might depend on your partner. And you could even or you can just suppress the shoulder away, because as long as I've got that shoulder, that hand between me and his shoulder, it's a lot harder for him to come towards me. So if he's coming towards me, bang, I just use that punch to my advantage. Okay? And that covers this and that. Okay? So you've got two variations.